sassy. Hey. You don't look me in the face, that's nasty. Hey. You a good puppy. You ain't sassy. Y'all popping it in the face, that's nasty. Hey, puppy dog bouncing in the box like this. Don't stop, don't stop, bounce with it. Puppy dog bouncing in the box like this. Don't stop, bounce with it. Bounce, 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 bounce it. Okay. Let's go ahead and get to the topics tonight. Stop there for a second. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mr. Exclusive's channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I thank you guys for your support, the ones who are tuning in, ones who are commenting. If you have a special celebrity or a special topic that you would like for me to address, feel free to comment below, or I'll even put my email in. Just let me know whatever you want me to talk about, and we can talk about it. Or when you want to call in or on the StreamYard, I'll put the link down in the bottom at the end or later on in this video, and we can discuss it. So I have a few things I want to talk about tonight. This evening, or what rather. My hair is sticking up, excuse me, y'all. Okay. Yeah, so this is Gossip Friday. So we got some tea that's been brewing, or it's like some good insight on some things that's been going on here recently. I know it's been a minute since I've been gone. I've been working on some other things. I have a new book that's coming out soon. It's called The Unfaithful Woman. That's one thing that I've really been working on. It'll be out within spring, late spring, early summer. So I will come back and let you guys know that. It will be streaming everywhere from Apple iBooks to Amazon to Barnes & Noble. It will be everywhere. So I'm just like getting ready for this worldwide exposure because I am going to be that. So you will get into the read. I also have a website. It's on my link tree, which is at the bottom of the description. And so you can be able to go on there and get updates from it as well. I'll be updating it more as we go. So today I want to talk about 50 Cent. I want to talk about Monique. 50 Cent. He went to one of Monique's comedy shows this past month or so, maybe a couple weeks ago or so like that. And he said that Monique was amazing. She blew it out the water, basically. She was great. And he even had some ideas of working with her and getting her back on in Hollywood, and was telling the Black film industry, do not blackball her. You don't blackball something that is good for the community. You only blackball shit that ain't good for the community. So, you know, with the whole blackball thing and allegation thing with Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, and Lee Daniels playing a part in it, he also pitched in and suggested that they should apologize to Monique because he was going to put her back on. He has some plans for her. And allegedly he reached out to Tyler Perry. Well, it's not alleged, this is to be true because he posted it and said that he reached out with Tyler Perry, and Tyler Perry said he had no problems with Monique, and he gave him his wish to work with Monique. And so he said that she's back, quote unquote. So we get to see Miss Mo back. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the full insight of what's been going on. I'm going to share the screen. Wait a minute, just give me 1 second. Yeah, are y'all excited to see it? I think they're saying that she may be on Power possibly or something. I'm not really sure because I haven't really seen anything yet. Hold on, why isn't my screen sharing? But they're saying that she possibly can be on Power. There you go. I was going to say, what's going on tonight now? They're saying that she possibly can be on Power. Not sure what role yet, but could y'all see Monique on Power? Because I definitely could. Here he is right here. This is the first post that he made of Monique. He said, here it is, 50 Cent. That's Monique right there, our Queen Mo. He said, I went to see at the Real Mo Worldwide stand-up show Super Bowl weekend. Oh, shit. It was so good. She had my ass in a trance. You got to go check her out. This shit was fire. At Branson, somebody at Mandurio or somebody. Let's see who that is, by the way. Okay, this is some kind of club or something, I guess. I don't know. Let's go back to that, though. Here he is posting her. Okay. How do I get off of this? How do we go back? What happened? Okay, let's refresh the screen. Okay, I guess we got to go back to the 50 Cent page over again. and then go back to the post. Okay. Yes. Then we had some people comment below, you know, saying that she was one of the best comedians ever. She really is. She's really funny. Monique deserves all of her accolades. So what do y'all think? Jackie Wade said Aunt Mo. You know, then someone said right here, this is where it all started, I think. It said you need to cast the Real Mo Worldwide in Power. And it went from there. So here we go here with the little skit with Monique and Precious, and then they kind of collided it with the Power show.
What you want to know? How long did Dre know Kanan was back? November. Yeah, that's right. 1 hour later.
You are so lucky that he did not shoot you.
And he told me to shut my fat ass up. How did Dre know Ray Ray? I don't like you looking at me like that. You got this bitch looking at me like I'm some kind of fucking monster. Yes, the fuck you are. Who else was gonna love me? Since you got your degree and you know every fucking thing. I don't know any fucking thing. Who was gonna make me? Yeah, I know all about the next cocaine and still no fucking thing. Go ahead, tell me about that.
Can you behind this?
About who you think I am and why I did and all of that. You gonna answer these questions?
Okay, so y'all, when I saw that, I didn't know what really was going on. I thought they was just doing like a thing, like a throwback or whatever. But then I was like, oh, okay. And it was like, I definitely could see Monique in Power. I definitely could see her doing something like that because Monique is a bad bitch. I got to give it to her. You a bad bitch, girl. Not in a bad way, but you a bad bitch. Like, you is bad, girl. You bad. Okay, so I can see her playing a role like that, okay? You know, with 50 Cent in Power, like something like Mary J. Blige that was given to Mary J. Blige. And he said right here, he said, I got to get at the Real Mo Worldwide back in pocket. We're only supposed to cancel shit that ain't good for the culture. We need you to win again now, Monique. And then you got the celebrities commented. Marlo Hampton commented that part. Chris D. Lawton, laugh emoji. Efree Rivera, I guess, laugh emoji. Fat Joe commented fire. Lil Xan's World, amazing. And some other people, plenty have been commenting, and it's been like they rooting for Monique to come back. This person said 50 make my day every time. I was just crying. Official Aaron said facts. Someone said you're getting the heavy hitters. Then here's the last post. Well, not the last post, but one of the other posts he made of Monique before he spoke with Tyler Perry and everything. And this one, beautiful picture of Monique. He said, all in favor of the Real Mo Worldwide being back on top. Say, make it happen, 50. Stop fucking around. And all the celebrities again came and applauded for Monique. Omar Epps, Marlo Hampton, make it happen, 50. Somebody, Official Flow, make it happen, fam. Thuggin, make it happen. Jackie Long, make it happen. Whoever this is, make it happen, 50. Do it. They just all started rooting for him and telling him to put Monique on Power because they know Monique will be a good ass thing on Power. If she got the role for Empire, if she had got that role for Empire, like she was up to get, or was one of the people that Lee Daniels said that was considered to get before it got officially given to Taraji, she can do Power. Power is basically the same thing. Power and Empire was competing against each other. Now Power is just the only one standing. So isn't that a coincidence? But Deion Taylor say we in, make it happen, legend. And then he tagged Monique. Someone's name is Jinx said make it happen, 50. You know she's a legend out here getting blackballed. Okay, it's not your nigga. Okay. Make it. Yeah, see, people are just like rooting for Monique. All these celebrities and everything are just out here rooting for Monique and 50 to work together. They're ready to see Monique come back. They're ready for this thing to be over with. I'm ready for it to be over with too. I'm just like over it. Like, y'all, Come on. Like, y'all know damn well. Like, come on now. And then here's go again when he came for Oprah and Tyler and was saying that they should apologize to her. And let me pause this 1 second. He said, I'm sure Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry would not want to continue to allow their influence to damage at the Real Mo worldwide career. And this has gone on for way too long. So now would be a great time to apologize because I'm going to put her back on. GLG Green Light Gang, I don't miss. Hashtag Branson Cognac. I'm not really sure what Branson Cognac is. I think that's his drink or something, his wine company or something. We just went on the page, so I'm still not really sure what it is. I'm going to have to look more into that. Nia Long said, thank you, sir. T.I. said, I guess positive. The P, I guess, was positive. Lil Mo said, you know, come on with it, 50 with his hands up in the queen thing or whatever. He said somebody's name, Henny Cox, said, yup, Green Lizzie, let's go. Somebody said, do that for the culture and don't even wait to get her on the screen as soon as possible. Then Black Lives Matter in all aspects. I want to be empowered. If I'm being honest, I don't know who that is. Somebody named Stacks put fire emojis. They said, we ready. I wish her well. Let's go. At 50 Cent, my aunt at Real Mo Worldwide. Welcome to Green Light Gang. All right. So y'all ready to see Monique in power? I'm ready to see Monique in power, y'all. I think child, this is gonna bring her career back. I believe that it will bring her career all the way back from what they tried to do and how they kept silent. I believe Monique should just go on and let that shit go and show them and put the numbers to the table and show Netflix ass and everybody else and do her job and do what she need to do, boo, and get her back on the task, on the game, and get her back in the pockets like 50 Cent said. Because it's time and we ready to see Monique. It's been a long ass time. We ready to see our girl. This is another post he made. He said, I talked to Tyler today. He told me he never told anyone not to hire at the Real Mo Worldwide, and he is happy I decided to work with her. He said he couldn't speak for Oprah, but he's sure she is fine with Monique and has even brought her up for things Monique has no idea about. I'm so happy for Mo right now, he said. Green Light Gang. She back. Monica said that's great for Monique at 50 Cent. Hood Celebrity, Good Luck King. Fifth, this is why you're you. Uncle Murder put fire emojis. So yeah, he done got Monique back on the game. Now Tyler Perry seems to be going back on his word and said that he never told anyone to not hire Monique. But see, the thing is that we all heard the recording. Did y'all hear the recording? We all heard the recording that she played where Tyler Perry admitted that he was wrong for what he did. And it was allegedly out how he told Tyler Perry that, excuse me, let me take a drink. He told Tyler Perry, allegedly out how Tyler Perry had told David Talbert, which was the director who Monique worked with for the movie Almost Christmas, if you guys remember, with Gabrielle Union and Kimberly Elise and all them, how difficult she was to work with. But then she said that he switched it back after David Talbot told Tyler Perry that Monique was a joy and said that actually I didn't work directly with her. That's just what he heard. So, you know, I'm not sure. I think is that Tyler Perry is, or all three of them, Tyler Perry, Oprah, and Lee, is trying to see what's going to outcome will be or will come about with her coming back to the scenes and with her working with the networks again and with all the people. Because you remember the whole issue was Lionsgate called, and during the time that she was filming Precious, and it was a whole award campaigns and Academy Award and press and all that stuff when the movie had blew up and they didn't expect it to blow up and it had a low budget and she was only paid $50,000 and she was only supposed to do press domestically and not internationally. They called and wanted her to do press internationally, but they didn't offer her a contract. They didn't offer her anything to pay her. They didn't offer her anything, and she had already done what she was supposed to do under Lee Daniels Entertainment, which was the only contract that she signed. So when she did that, she was done because she had no other contract or no other obligation to fulfill. So Lionsgate wanted to call her up and basically ask her to do work for free. And Monique was like, no, I mean, if you want me to do this, you have to renegotiate or pay me or do something. And so basically they didn't like it really, and they didn't feel like they had to pay her for that, and they blacklisted her. Basically, that's what happened. And so everybody just wanted everything to be in their pockets, and they didn't want Monique to benefit from it. Basically, what it comes down to, it would benefit them, and in the end, it wasn't going to benefit Monique because that movie blew up so big. They wanted her to go over there basically to really do promotion for them to look good over for them at that Cannes Film Festival overseas or whatever. And they were going to reap the benefits for it, and Monique probably wouldn't have gotten anything extra from doing all that work. So I don't blame Monique for doing that, and she wasn't contractually obligated to do any more work, so it wasn't no extra contract written up or anything, or no negotiation happened. So fuck it, hell. But they blacklisted her because of that. And so sometimes you just have to take a stand, and she ended up having to speak out after all this time. And finally, it seems like people are more coming on her side because it seemed like the way at first they weren't really, I don't know if they weren't really feeling because of the way it was happening or the way, excuse me, the way she was delivering it, or what the issue was, that they weren't really standing by her like that. And it's still people who aren't, and it's, to me, they still really aren't like they should. I think they do want to just see Monique back, and they just don't want that to be an issue anymore. I don't either. However, we need to stand with our people when they're being treated unfairly, especially us as African American people. We not are always treated fairly when it comes to workplaces and the workforce and the economy, and in America as a whole, as y'all call it, the Great America. It's not. I mean, it was not built to be great. It started out as a hot mess. So, yeah, that's it. Monique, I wish you well, girl. If I was you at this point, I wouldn't even push it any further for Tyler Perry Oprah and Lee to apologize or to acknowledge that part, because when Tyler Perry made that statement to 50 Cent, and 50 Cent's putting you back on, I would just not even worry about that really, even though we know what the truth is. I would just let that be. I would just do what I got to do, get my job going. I mean, get myself back, working, and get my pockets back going good, and get my, word back out there so you can possibly build your own production company, build your own stuff, so you will not have to worry about really dealing with things that you don't necessarily want to have to deal with when it comes to being treated unfairly. And so we can see more of you, Monique, and you can do better, and you can be positive, and we can see you, expand and grow and get back on top. And so good luck to you, girl. We will be looking more for you. Always much love for you. I'm gonna try to make one of your comedy shows too. As soon as I can, I'm gonna try to make it to you, because you are very inspiring to me. I want to be a comedian as well. You are inspiring to me. Child, when you said that stuff you said, I was through. So, on another note, guys, another topic I wanted to discuss today was Kandi Burruss. As y'all know, Kandi Burruss from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, she's just Kandi Burruss. She was from the former Escape group, well, she's still in Escape, but they broke up for a while. Long story with that. She's from Escape. She went on to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. She's been on since season 2 or 3 or whatever. And, she had some things that she had to say about NENE, because, her and NENE's history aren't quite as pleasant. They necessarily really weren't able to get along that well. But they it's not really in a decent smooth place. It was some things that went on. You know, NENE spoke out with the network and how Bravo was racist and was treating her unfairly, as we were just talking about with Monique, how Monique was feeling the same way. This is the same thing kind of basically with NENE. She spoke out and nobody came out to stand beside her because I don't know why. Maybe they were too afraid really behind closed doors to say anything. The powers that be kind of blacklisted her from the network apparently. And so now Kandi Burruss has so much to say. One of the things that she said was she didn't agree that Bravo was racist, but we all saw it in front of our own eyes with how they treated her and how she came out and spoke out and how she, you know, gave some receipts and how the George Floyd thing kind of went. And you know how they treated Mariah as well from the, I don't know if it was Married to Medicine, and also the girl from Potomac, I think, Monique. So yeah, it's not just her, it's other people. And so now Kandi Burruss wants to kind of say, oh, there's no racism at Bravo, you know. And so, like, girl, come on now. We all know you scared. So I'm about to play this where she said first that she didn't think Bravo was racist, how she didn't agree with NENE and all of this. She had to bring NENE's name up. NENE hadn't even been on the show since season 12, and you still bringing her name up. Like, she could have went on and talked about anybody else, but instead you chose to acknowledge NENE, which she is the queen. I guess the queen name holds a lot of weight. As she said before, she's everything, honey. She's that bitch. Okay, so yeah, let's play that. But I'm gonna stop my camera. I'm gonna play this for a second and share the screen because I got something to do real quick. 1 second. Share the screen. Here we go. Okay, the page had to reload. Okay, hold on. She don't know what made her stay there this whole time. Girl, Kandi gone. Let's go back to this.
Makes me any different than anybody else for me to have stayed on so long. I mean, I do know that when I first came on, like, my story was very strong. I mean, obviously I had a fiance when I first started, a whole situation with my mom that was crazy. And then he passed away, and people had to see that process of me, figuring out my life for the next couple of years, becoming a businesswoman. I think a lot of people relate to me, just as far as like people who aspire to do more with their life business wise. I think I've kind of set the tone for a lot of people to motivate them to do more. I think also the music aspect of it, a lot of people enjoy the music that I've written in the past. And a lot of people enjoy the group that I was a part of, and, that I am still a part of, Escape. So I think there's different reasons that people have connected, with me or to me over the years. And I don't know, I guess that just has led to me still being.
Now I think some people would agree.
What did you think when NENE left?
I think some people would agree that they would connect more with NENE, because Kandi is dry as hell. Like, to me, she's just one basic thing all the time. It's like she gets no personality, she gets no nothing. I can't even laugh with her like that, like I do with NENE with her faces and everything. Now they're talking about NENE again, so let's go.
When she said that the show, that Bravo was racist towards her, and so is Andy Cohen. What were your thoughts when you heard?
Ooh, ooh. Now watch this. Ooh.
That from Miss NENE Leakes.
Well, that was her second time leaving. She had left once before, and she had come back. Realistically, I don't agree. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody can have their own opinion. I did not agree. I mean, I personally feel like for years, she had already told people that, she used to brag about being the highest paid housewife, period, or highest paid person on the network or something like that. Definitely she would tell everybody she was the highest paid on our show or whatever, but
did she really tell people that she was the highest paid? I don't know. Y'all incite me on there, because when the video that I saw where she was talking about people getting paid, she said nobody knows what she made. Anybody makes. So really, like, come on now, Kandi. Now here we go.
It was always rumored, we don't know exactly how much people make on our network, but it's always been rumored that Housewives of Atlanta makes more than any of the other franchises. So to me, with that being said, you can't
that's not true. I don't know who came out with that lie. It's not true. The white women have been making more than they have, and they started it first. Like, come on now, Kandi. Now what are you doing? You trying to save face on Bravo?
Brag about being paid the most of anybody and then say that they're not treating you right. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
really, Kandi? Come on now, girl. Now people get paid all the time. Just because you get paid a lot of money don't mean you get paid fairly. You can they can pay you and they can treat you like a slave, basically, like we was back in the day. When they would I hate to go back with this, because some of y'all people like probably gonna get offended, but I just have to make my point. If you don't agree, that's fine. You can just comment below and you can leave this channel. It don't matter to me. When they had us as slaves, the racist white people had us as slaves. We were beaten. Some of us were we were, they say, when we were fairly light or complected, we would be house Negroes, some of us, and they will try to fuck us and rape us and all of that. And even though some of them weren't slaves out on the field sweating and blood and tears and getting beat to death and picking up cotton, they were still in the house, but they were still getting abused and getting raped and getting, having to stay in the house. And, it was still racist undertones to that, and it was still obligated. NENE on this network, she was saying that she was, could have been paid a pretty penny, but she probably wasn't being paid fairly. She wasn't being paid like Kim Zolciak Bierman to do development on a new show. She said that she was offered $1 million to do a show with her, but then when they offered her spin off by herself, she's only offered $100,000 to do a deal. Like, that's a big ass difference. So tell me what makes that so different. She also said that she was told to wear a mic when she didn't want to wear a mic. They also showed the scene of her that she really didn't feel comfortable showing, where she had a nervous breakdown, and she tried to call and negotiate that, but they showed it completely out of order how she wanted it to be shown. It was not what she expected it to be shown, and they showed it, and she felt like there was a problem, and she was hurt by that. She explained a lot of things that she said that she was hurt about. She said somebody was saying that she shouldn't do this, be able to do this, shouldn't be able to do that, was stopping her from doing certain things. Yeah, I mean, just because you're getting paid don't mean you're getting treated fairly. Some people go to work every day of the week, but does that mean you like your job? No. Does that mean you get treated fairly at your job? No. Maybe you're trying to find another stepping stone to something bigger or better, or maybe you're trying to just buy your time so you can do what you need to do legally towards them or something. Just because you're getting paid don't mean you're getting treated fairly. Come on now.
Like, it's like when you look at a job, a lot of times you equate that to your pay. You know what I'm saying? And this is technically a job. And so if they're paying you like, you know, they're supposed to have been paying you all these years.
They don't even have health care, y'all. They don't even give them health care.
You know, you can't come back and say, oh, they treated me unfairly because you didn't get something else that you wanted, you know, or something that you didn't like, however, your contract that particular year. You can't go back and just negate everything else that, you know, that they've done in your situation. So that's why I
really, Kandi, you don't even know the full story, girl. You were sitting up here the whole time talking about somebody was talking about you, saying that NENE posted a video saying that she was mad because you had a spinoff. Girl, come on now. She wasn't even talking about you. She was talking about a whole counterpart white girl that got a new show every season and wasn't even pulling in the same amount of ratings as everybody else. But she got a new show and NENE couldn't get a show for whatever reason. Come on now.
I cannot agree with that. I mean, I know a lot of the women, especially at that time, you know, now we got a lot of new people. It's not as many of us still left on the show, but at that time, you know, we still had like, you know, 4 or 5 of us who had been there for a while. We was making some really good money. So I was just like, yeah, how does that work? You know what I mean? It's not like one person is doing well on the show. It's like multiple women on the show are doing really well. So to come back and be like, oh yeah, they treating us unfairly. I mean, yeah, it's certain things that you may not like, certain things that you may want to, you know, try to do better. But overall, to say that they were racist, I didn't agree with that at all.
Yeah, I bet you didn't, Kandi, because you want to keep your you getting everything over there since the deal with Phaedra came out, and they've been, you know, giving you privilege because, you know, you probably could get a lawsuit against them or whatever. So yeah, of course you're not gonna come out and tell the truth because you get privilege over there. So I don't know what this is the video where she said she wasn't returning, I think.
Come on and get this. Is this thing on? Honey, come on and get this. Honey, come on and get this. Honey, come on and get this. It's NENE. Hey, you guys. It's me.
Oh, hold up. I gotta do something real quick. Let me do something real quick. I forgot to do this. Let me do this real quick because some people try to flag me and I need to do this real quick. Yeah, I need to put my disclaimer up. I totally forgot about that. Let me go back and put this up. This is the copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair. So this is for commentary only. This is not for anything other than commentary. So there's no need for nobody to flag me. Now let's go back and play this.
Oh gosh, I haven't done this in a while. Shoot, I don't even know where to start. First I want to start by saying thank you. Thank you to all of you guys who have been showing me a lot of love and support as of late. I feel you. I hear you. I have been on an extremely long, exhausting, tiring, emotional negotiation. There has been a lot of emotion flying from both sides.
Mm-hmm.
It has been hard. And I have made the very hard and difficult decision to not be a part of Real Housewives of Atlanta season 13. It wasn't an easy decision for me. It was hard. I started on the Real Housewives of Atlanta in 2008. We took off like a rocket. I mean, we took off. You could have never told me that I would start on this little show and it still be going strong 13, 14 years later. And it is. I'm just so happy that I can say that I was a part of a genre that opened up doors for Black ensemble reality shows to step up and be a part of what we all now love so much, reality TV. I want to thank everybody that has looked up to me over the years. Thank you so much for your love and your support. I want to thank Bravo TV. Thank you, Bravo, for all the memories, the laughs, the tears. Thank you to my production company, Truly Original. Thank you guys so very much. Thank you. You guys are like family to me. I love you and I thank you. Thank you to the cast for all of the memories. And thank you so much to my team who have stood with me during this time and supported me and pushed me. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to all of you guys, all of the fans and the followers, everybody who has blooped and blammed and glamour and doors closed and the thirst is real and girl bye and shaded everybody with me. It has just been amazing. Thank you guys so much. I also want to say that I think it was last week when a report came out that said that my team or someone from my team had at least released a statement on my behalf. I have no knowledge of it. I did not approve it. When something is this important and this near and dear to my heart, I always want to be the person to address you. I can't confirm or deny anything that they have in that report, but I can say that it was not brought to my attention. I had no knowledge of it and I did not approve it. I want to again say thank you guys. I love you guys. You guys mean so much to me, and I will see you again real soon. Love you guys. Love you. I'm gonna miss you. I love you. It's enough space. We make bread and we get cake. Thanks be to the God. I beat all the odds. Stay home and try to get money.
But that was that. That was the video she made when she first announced that she was leaving. She was saying that also that they was giving her less and less episodes every season, while the white women over like in Orange County and on Beverly Hills and on Salt Lake City and in New Jersey and Keeping Up with the Kardashians and all those over there were getting more and more episodes every season. She was being demoted while they were being promoted. So that was one of the other things that she was saying. If I can find that video, matter of fact, I'm gonna play that live, particular live where she the other particular live where she said the thing where Boycott Bravo had come up and she was explaining some of the things so that y'all can quite understand what possibly was going on during that time, because Kandi knew that something was going on and she also was a part of the situation. And she was part of going against NENE in the alliance. I don't know, subscribe to NENE. Okay, here she is. Let me go ahead and subscribe to her on this channel too, so that we can see. Here she go. What she said, why she said boycott Bravo.
This led Bulletproof Pet Products on a quest to make a chew toy that was safe and could stand up to even the heaviest of chewers.
Oh, guys. Okay, I just got a notification to my phone to let you guys know that Dogecoin is going up. It's been up the last 24 hours. So you guys, also it's important to invest. I use Robinhood. If you have stocks, make sure that you invest in stocks, even if it's not much. It'll grow. And always remember to buy when it's down and to sell it when it's up. That's when you benefit from it. Now I'm gonna play this real quick. I'll speak about that more later on. Let me get ready to share my screen though, because I haven't shared it. We're just gonna play maybe a few minutes or so.
I'm waiting for you to join, Ben.
Let me go ahead and.
How you doing?
Hi, Ben.
How you doing, Queen? It's so good to see conversation this evening.
Oh yeah. So, are you in your home state? In fact, I don't even know where your home state is. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Florida today. A lot of times in Los Angeles, but home in Florida. And you? Where are you this evening?
In Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in Georgia. So, yeah, I said this conversation is a long time coming, and I'm excited to have the conversation with you today. I posted boycott Bravo, and a lot of people have been asking me a lot of questions about why I posted boycott Bravo. So I'm excited to get on here and talk. So I'll let you lead the conversation. So yeah.
But more importantly, to talk about the discrimination and the disparate treatment of Black women in Hollywood.
yeah. Well, first of all, I want to say that I've been in the industry for quite some time now. And you constantly hear, not just about my situation, you constantly hear about the unfairness in the pay amongst men and women of color.
See, that's one thing she just said was unfairness in pay. I just told y'all. And Kandi's talking about you getting paid fair. What are you talking about, girl? You ain't getting paid fair either, whether you know it or not.
Industry, and there's no difference in the reality space. There is difference in pay, and
let's talk about that, Nene. Let's start from the top, because I want to give you your propers. As a person who doesn't get oftentimes to watch the Real Housewives or Bravo, I have always known that your name was synonymous with Bravo. I mean, you were one of the real success stories. I mean, out of nowhere, you came and started this genre. Everybody started saying, you got to watch Real Housewives of Atlanta. All the women in my family, everybody. And for Black women, they have followed you. You are immensely popular. You have this big platform. And so let's talk about how you use this platform, use your influence to make a difference when it matters most. What I endeavor to do for these, 30 minutes to an hour is to have a serious conversation, not only about why you put out the post boycott Bravo, but more importantly, a conversation about that discrimination and disparate treatment of Black women in Hollywood, and the fact that even though there's a gender pay gap between men and women in Hollywood, it is exacerbated when it comes to women of color, not only in film, but also in television and also in reality TV. So I want to start right there, NENE Leakes. You were one of the original Housewives of Atlanta. You and Bravo, y'all seem to both come up in the American conscious level together. So talk to us about why you are saying boycott. Explain it to America.
Well, first of all, I want to be able to say that we did come up together. I feel we came up together. And I'm not saying boycott Bravo forever. I am basically saying that there is a conversation that needs to be had with Bravo. I would love to have this conversation privately. I'd love for all of us to come to the table and talk. There are some things that need to be discussed, and I don't want to be able to say all those things right here on this platform for everyone to hear and see. But I was a part of a genre. I did start a genre. I did open up a door, and not only did I open it, I held the door open for others to have the same opportunity that I had. And I think the treatment that was happening behind closed doors that most aren't privy to was not a fair treatment. And this is a cry for help, for Bravo to sit down at the table and have a conversation with me and my team to correct some of the things that were not done properly. And that is what this is about. So I know a lot of the fans who have tuned into Bravo over the years, they love some of the shows that are on Bravo. They love the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm not saying don't ever watch these shows. These are great shows. I'm saying that we need your help. And we're asking that Bravo take a seat and sit down with us and have a conversation. Let's correct some of the things that have happened. And that's what this is. So we're not saying don't watch Bravo forever. We're not saying bash Bravo. We're asking for Bravo to have a seat with us. Have a seat with you, Ben. Have a seat with Brian Friedman. Have a seat with me. Have a seat with our team. Let's work through some of the issues that we're having behind the scenes.
So, NENE, I know that you're trying to use your influence because you have tremendous influence. Is this just about you? Is this about your sisters like Mariah and others who may not have had the courage to come forward and say, I feel like I'm being discriminated as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think that obviously people know who I am. People do know who Mariah is on Married to Medicine, and they don't know our stories. They know what they have seen on camera. They don't know what has happened behind the scene. They don't know the things that we have done, obviously. And this is a cry for help. We've done a lot of things, and we just need Bravo to sit down and have a conversation with us and work things out.
Well, it seems like you have all kind of opportunities, but some others may not have the platform and the popularity of a NENE Leakes. So why are you doing this, and what about those other opportunities?
Well, we have asked for Bravo to sit down with us and work through issues, and we have been unsuccessful. I do have other opportunities, but without I was gonna say, without saying too much, need Bravo to sit down and have a conversation with us. I mean, it's only fair and it's only right.
Well, explain to us, if you would, some of the issues. For instance, about you, and you're one of the original housewives. And then I certainly would like you to talk about Mariah, who also is dealing with this issue. And I know Gabrielle Union dealt with a similar issue at NBC, and Bravo is owned by NBC. So is this an issue within the culture of NBC, in your opinion, or explain to us from your vantage point?
I am an original housewife. I'm as brown as they can get. I am an African American, and Mariah is an African American. Gabrielle Union is an African American, and I don't know how to say it without sounding.
Break it down.
I don't know how to say it without sounding like I am bashing, and I don't want to sound like I'm bashing. Okay, I want to say this, Ben. I never thought I would be in this situation in my life, and it's hard. I never thought I would be in this situation in my life and be sitting here saying it's hard to put yourself out here. And I'm not the only person in this situation. There are many people in this situation. They're afraid. And it's hard to sit here and fight for other people who are afraid to sit here and tell their story.
So NENE, I want to try to be clear. Were you one of the only original African American housewives? And compared to your colleagues, do you feel like you've been demoted to some degree? And can you explain that?
Yes, I was the only original housewife left on the show for a number of years. A few years, it was me and my wife, okay? Left on the show for a few years, and she left the show, and she was spent off into her own show and her own series, and so I was the only original housewife left here. And of course, for a number of years, I was being demoted, while original housewives from a number of different cities were being promoted. I was being demoted. And it's very hard for viewers when they're watching these shows. They don't view it. They don't see it. They don't.
So, NENE, for a lay person like me who doesn't get to watch every episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta, it was you and a white woman who were original housewives. And you're telling us that they got promoted as sorts to get their own show while you're being demoted. Explain how you're being demoted, and are you surprised you don't have your own show with your popularity at Real Housewives and Bravo?
Well, it's not so much about me having my own show. It's about having, when you work at any company, you want elevation. It's about leveling up. Whether I was an actress or an executive, everybody wants to level up in their opportunities on their jobs, right? As an original housewife, a lot of these girls were being elevated. I was being demoted. And the way I was being demoted is I was giving less and less episodes, and these girls were giving more and more episodes. I was giving less. Original housewives across the board on different states, Beverly Hills, New Jersey, other places, they were getting full seasons, and I was giving less episodes every season.
Yeah. Do you think that this issue with Mariah?
She just told y'all she was giving less episodes every season. That's what I just told y'all. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, on Merit to Medicine is in many ways similar to yours in the fact that, as I understand, she created the show and then they forced out her own show and didn't recognize her for being the creator of that show. I mean, you talking about disrespect as a Black woman, but that's your intellectual property.
Yes, I mean, she is the creator of that show. And for so many people watching the show, I mean, I remember watching so many people say things like she gave away her rights. She never gave away her rights. But that is the way it had been positioned over the years. And so many people watching, you could ask anybody, and you even could hear some of her castmates saying she gave away her rights. She signed away her rights, and they don't even know what they're talking about. She never gave up her rights. She is the creator and the owner of the show. She was never given credit for it or paid for it, or it was taken from her. And
so when this sister tried to say, this is my intellectual property, you just can't take it away from me, you all are saying she was penalized?
Yes.
For just wanting what was due to her.
Right.
And do you think this is somewhat of a culture in your perspective, or is it something that there needs to be diversity, inclusion, and implicit bias training at Bravo and at NBC?
Hi, we're Robin and Vicky from Abound, and we are here to show you 10 trendy free jewelry vendors for your...
Of course.
You know, Nene, I know that this is very personal to you because you have been with the network for so long, and so a lot of people were surprised when you put it out there. Is this something to get the attention of Bravo and say that, you know, the African American audience is important and you need to respect your African American talent?
Of course you need to respect your African American talent. I mean, we're human. We have feelings. I mean, and we want to be elevated and we want to be treated fairly, of course. It's difficult. I mean, you want support from the viewers. You want support from your fans. It's hard to speak out. You want support from your culture, and it's hard. It's just hard. One of the most difficult things. It really is. It's just difficult, Ben. It's difficult. It's very hard. I want to be able to say more. Before I got on this live with you, I received so many text messages from so many people with so many opinions. I was so confused before I got on here because so many people are afraid. They don't want you to say anything. You get tons of opinions saying, "Don't do it. Go ahead. Forget about it. Go away. Don't say anything. Just do something else, or just wait. Something else will come." You know, You work so hard and you open up doors for other people, and it's unfair treatment. It's not right.
So you're saying you refuse to be a well-behaved victim?
I refuse. I refuse. I refuse. I don't want to be. I don't want to be.
You know,
why should I be? Why should I be? Why should I have to be? Why?
Exactly. For other reality personalities and stars out there who feel like they've been discriminated against or treated in a way that it marginalizes them, what advice do you have for them?
Oh my God. The advice is hard. The advice is hard. You have to stand in your truth. That's all I'm doing here, Ben. I'm trying to stand in my truth, which is very difficult. I asked you to help me. Yes. I went to Brian Freeman for help. Yes. Al Sharpton for help. Yes. So many people. It was very difficult for me to come to you guys for help. Just being on here, I thought I was going to be the strongest Black woman in the world. And then I got on here and started looking at you and started crumbling. I'm starting to be the scaredest Black woman in the world. I'm scared. You know, I got all these calls and all these comments on here, and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. All I know is you can stand in your truth and go with your gut. Go with your guts. Ben, I think you went to
Okay, this is where
I lost you. I don't.
Let's go right here.
Connect. Oh, I'm not gonna disconnect. Ben disconnect.
Okay.
I want to say that I was saying that a lot of people don't know, or they do know, and sometimes they forget because it's been a lot of years. I started a genre. I was saying I opened a door. I held the door open. When I first started, there was no. I think people forget there was no Love and Hip Hop. There was no Basketball Wives. There was no Hollywood Exes. There was none of those Black ensemble. There was no Braxtons, no Black ensemble reality shows that you see. And I think sometimes people think they just kind of like popped out of the air. They just showed up. There were none of those shows. When you see all of these memes of me, they're everywhere. There's no meme machine out there like you see of NENE Leakes. I don't get one penny off of those memes. Those memes are everywhere. They're on iOS. They're on your just any and everywhere. These shows that I'm on, they're on Delta Airlines. They're streaming everywhere. You can see them any and everywhere. I don't get a dime from them shows streaming. They're on Delta. When you guys get on these airlines, United, you see them everywhere. I don't get a dime from that stuff. Those are deals that we signed, and those are just deals that we didn't know that we were just uneducatedly signing.
And NENE, that's deep. Why don't you tell us about how it all started? I mean, this is your opportunity to talk to your fans, to talk to America. How did the Real Housewives of Atlanta start? And how have you been rewarded for what you helped do?
A lot of people, a lot of the fans who are true fans, they kind of know how it started because we talked about it, but I'll tell you. So there was this woman, some of them know her name is that Princess Batten. there was this young lady that came to me and said, hey, I know this lady is trying to start. She was getting it wrong. The Real Housewives of Orange County. She had it wrong. And she said, they're out here in Atlanta looking for some ladies who live behind the gate. I said, girl, you have to tell her about me. I live behind the gate. And she said, I'm going to give her your name. And I said, okay. So she gave my name to this lady named Princess Batten. So Princess Batten came to my house. She kept calling me up and I kept blowing her off. And finally, she said, girl, are you going to take the interview or not? And I said, okay. So she was coming to my house one day, I don't know, like at 1 p.m. And I started cleaning my house the whole day, like cleaning up. And I hadn't eaten breakfast. And if you know me, I'm not a breakfast eater, right? So I was drinking a whole bottle of wine while cleaning my house, but hadn't eaten breakfast. So when she rang my doorbell, I opened up the door and I said, hey, girl, a whole bottle of wine, right? So I had this lady interviewing, having so much fun. So when the interview was over, she leaves my gate and she calls me and she said, who are your friends? I had so much fun with you. I say, my friends are Kim Zolciak, Sherri Whitfield, and Deshaun Snow. And she interviewed all of them, and we became the Real Housewives of Atlanta. She said, we already have interviewed Lisa Wu Hartwell, and we like her. And boom, here we are. I literally cast the whole show just like that. Myself, Deshaun Snow, Sherri Whitfield, and Kim Zolciak. And at the time, they were not looking for any white girls. And I told them, you got to see this white girl. She has on a big blonde wig and she smokes cigarettes. Y'all gonna love her. And when they met her, they were like, boom, she is it. And just like that, we became the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
And you all were phenomenally successful.
We came out the gate and knocked it right out the park. Just like that.
Because I remember being at the Essence Festival one year, and literally everybody was talking about NENE Leakes is going to be here. Yeah. NENE Leakes is going to be here. And I was thinking to myself, is NENE going to perform? Is she going to...
None of that.
Who? Sisters were going...
On our talk show, Jimmy Fallon. It was like I was on a whirlwind. I was just doing all this stuff.
And obviously, people relate to you, NENE. So just break it down, because a lot of people are asking, what do you want to gain from people signing the petition?
I did not create that petition. Let's be clear. A fan created the petition. Some fans created it, and they sent it, and I just passed it on to the rest of you folks. The fans created it, and they asked that you do boycott Bravo, and I'm supporting the fans who are supporting me. And I think you should at this time, because I think it's a way for us to be able to take a seat at the table and have a conversation with Bravo. What I want from Bravo is for them to sit down with me and my representatives and have a conversation. I think over the years, all of the things that I have done for Bravo to help elevate them, I think it is unfair and to demote me and elevate my white counterparts and demote me as a Black woman who helped elevate this network and elevate a franchise and elevate other shows. Because before I stepped onto the scene of Real Housewives of Atlanta, I helped elevate the entire franchise. Now, granted, there was a franchise, a Housewives show already in place. But when I came on as the breakout star, according to all of the celebrities such as Ellen DeGeneres and Andy's good friend Anderson Cooper, I elevated the entire franchise. And I made more money for them than any other talent I think they have on the network. Now, I'd like to see those numbers. If they have some numbers to say that there was another talent that made more money for them, I'd like to see that.
Well, I think everybody wants to see that, NENE. But I will ask you this here, because these fans came to your aid to say, hey, we want NENE. And so they started this petition.
Yes.
You didn't start
I did not.
And it's about you. It's about Mariah, who has being mistreated, many feel, as well as others that haven't found their voice to stand up and come out and say, we demand to be treated equally. We don't want to be marginalized because, you know, in 2020, we saw so many things happen with Black women finally starting to get their attention and recognition, whether it's Breonna Taylor in the social justice realm, whether it's Vice President Kamala Harris becoming the first Black woman to be vice president. So,
you know what? I would also say that all the years that I worked on the show and when I worked on Real Housewives of Atlanta, when we were, you know, our ratings were the highest in the franchise.
All the housewives, all the white housewives of Atlanta was the highest.
Real Housewives of Atlanta. Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Okay.
And there would be the different award shows giving awards to different reality shows. And even if Real Housewives, if we were out, I can't remember how many times the show was nominated, the Kardashians always won. Our Black ass never won. Never won. We never won. And when I came out as the breakout star, and Kim Kardashian, I was the Black girl on Kim Kardashian's gang. Kim always made way more money than I have. I mean, her money was way longer than mine.
Well, you bring up a very interesting issue, and I think we should talk about it. We have about 20 more minutes, so let's try to get everything in, Nene. Your fans don't want you to hold back. They want to hear Nene. And Brian Freeman, an incredible attorney who really represents a lot of great Hollywood talent, is arguing, saying that, hold on, this just isn't fair. We need to really make sure that we're talking about pay equity. And so a big thing that came up in Hollywood was the gender pay equity between men and women. And it was mostly a white woman's issue. But when you really look at it, Black women suffer even greater disparate treatment when it comes to gender pay than white women. And this is very fascinating to me, Nene, because it speaks who you are. My associate lawyers gave me an article that said TV writers circulate anonymous spreadsheets to fight gender pay gap. They said that executive producers working on shows who were white men made $25,000 to $30,000 per episode, while white women made $14,000 to $16,000 per episode. And they said women of color made $8,000 to $10,000 per episode. And so you see this great disparity, and they were all at the same studio working on the same shows. And so it speaks a lot to what you're saying about.
But Kandi said everybody's being paid fairly, right? According to Kandi, everybody's being paid fairly, right?
There is this inequity when it comes to how you are dealt with professionally, how you're paid professionally, and so on and so forth. So I want to talk and have you touch on those two issues. Number one, the pay equity, and then number two, the professionalism of how you were treated versus your white counterparts.
How I was treated in what respect? You mean on set?
Behind the scenes, this is a chance for your fans.
No, I was just meaning what you mean, like how I was treated in what way are you speaking? Because for the last few seasons, it's just been black on this set. But when my white counterpart was on my particular set, there was definitely a difference that I don't think people always see because it's behind the scene, okay? And if you start speaking about the shows across the board, then there is a great difference because when my white counterpart was on set, I mean, shit, I think all these girls can speak to that. I mean, they just, oh my God, I mean, they come and go when they want to. They curse out people. They do whatever they want to do. I mean, if we cuss out anybody, we're an angry black woman. So we can't cuss out nobody. I mean, if we cuss out somebody, I mean, we are, it's just different. I mean,
And you never.
you say one cuss word and you are just angry, bitter. You are horrible. They can cuss all day long and they are just they just got up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. So it's just different.
Yeah. And you never put hands on anybody or anything like that.
Listen, you watch these shows across the board. I can give you example after example. You have never seen me in a physical altercation on this show, all the years that I've been on this show. Now, you have watched physical altercation after physical altercation on this show, black and white, okay? Mm-hmm. Now, I grabbed my cameraman's shirt. It was never anything serious, ever. He never thought it was anything serious. But listen, I'm on a show, so I'm not going to try to change any of that. I should have never touched his shirt or anything. Although he never felt it was anything serious, I never felt anything serious. The show, play it however they want to play it. I should have never touched him. Forget it. They have altercations on this show where people are going to jail. I ain't never went to jail touching nobody doing none of that, okay? They go to jail, they still at work. They go to jail, they grabbing people butt, they still at work. You know, I ain't grabbing nobody's ass. I don't even want to touch her ass, okay? That's how it is. And these people still go to work. They taking each other's hairs out their head and they still going to work. So listen, the treatment is different, okay? That's just what it is.
Yeah. And I was talking to Attorney Brian Freeman, and this is a more sober aspect of the reality shows. He was informing me that in the last 5 years, there have been 56 suicides. And a lot of it is how they try to pit people against one another, and people don't even know what's going on behind the scenes, but they're just trying to build ratings up. And one of the things is, you try to say, hey, you know, we don't want to make somebody feel so dejected that they go and feel like they got to take their own life. Can you speak to some of that reality? I was shocked when they said 56 suicides from reality TV personalities.
You know, it's tough. I can tell you that. I have definitely gone to my executives, and this is another thing that the fans who are watching don't know. I've gone to my executives several times and said, I don't want to be the villain. Why are these people ganging up against me? Why? Can you go to them for me and say, listen, I don't want to fight. I don't want to argue. I will apologize to everybody if that's what I need to do. I will make amends with everyone. And they will not do this if you guys go to them and say, NENE doesn't want to do this. I've gone to them and asked for help time and time again. And that's something the viewers don't know. I've gone and say, help me. I want help. Why? Help me get back in with them. I'm willing to talk to her. I want to talk to her. I want to work it out. Can we work it out behind the scenes? Can you help us work it out?
Yeah. And talking with Attorney Freeman, he talked about some of the toughest fights are when you dare raise the even slightest hint of racial discrimination. He successfully represented Gabrielle Union and many other white stars and so forth. But he talked about how challenging that was, how the network seemed to almost be arrogant in their position when they deal with black stars and black personalities.
Why?
You know, is that what you found, that the network talks down to you at times when you try to articulate a perspective?
Well, they sure ain't been help. I have definitely asked for help. I have asked for help multiple times, and I have not gotten it. I can tell you that I have gone to everybody. I have sent emails. I have asked time and time again to help me, and I have not been given help.
Yeah, and Brian Freeman, who is a Hollywood entertainment attorney, and also Reverend Al Sharpton calling me saying that there seems to be a real problem with what they're doing to some of our black women on television, and we might need to look closer at this. And so that's when you started giving me a lot of the statistics and stuff, and I was shocked. And then when Mariah called, I was just blown away that you think you can just take a Black woman's intellectual property and not compensate her at all. That makes no sense to me whatsoever.
And retaliate.
Yeah.
And retaliate later. Retaliate against you. Why?
Yeah. And so that's how the struggle. It's not just in the corporate boardrooms. I will tell you, these last 4 years or so, I have had many corporate executives calling us where we have bought discrimination claims against banks. I mean, it's got out of hand, and maybe this is a larger part of society that's happening. And so you staking your claim, you know, so much of what happens on television affects our subconscious minds. I never forget what Malcolm X said, that, you know, one of the greatest, most powerful drugs ever created was television, because I mean, it has you thinking things in your subconscious mind that you're not even aware that you're thinking. So maybe you, NENE Leakes and Mariah Q and others who come forward, Monique, and state that we demand equal opportunities, just like our other white counterparts. Maybe this is the time now. This is the moment. And so if your fans continue to stand up with you and say, sign the petition to say, Bravo, you have to do better by Black women. NBC, you have to do better by Black women. You know, television corporations and Hollywood, you have to do better by Black women. Maybe if we can show solidarity for one another and we can unite, we can make a difference. And so that'll be the final question I have for you, Mariah. I mean,
we can make a difference. We can make a difference.
Right, too. And I think people need to know that how hard you go to battle for other sisters. That is really outstanding. I don't think people see that part of you, so it's good. But my final question is, how can Black women unite behind one another to all come up together and tell Bravo that you got to treat, if you treat one of us bad, you're treating all of us bad, and we want to have equal opportunities?
I think one of the things you can do for now is, we have said, I said it when we first started this, is that we're not asking you to boycott Bravo forever. We're asking that you help us to get them to the table. We need them to sit at the table and talk with us, and let's come to some sort of agreement. We want them to come to some sort of agreement with us, to work with us through all of this. And then we're happy to all come back on some sort of platform and say, hey, you guys, we have worked it out with them, and we want to praise Bravo and NBC or whoever for coming to the table with us and having a conversation with us, and we've worked through our issues with them, and we want to move forward. Turn your TVs back on, and let's do this. You know, we don't want to fight with them. We want to work something out and move forward. Again, I'm surprised that I'm in this situation. I want to say,
NENE, people want to know, how did they get the petition? Can you tell them that?
It is in my IG. You know, I don't know that much about this thing, but it's in my IG. You know what I'm saying? It says swipe up, and then it's there. And I think it's on my Twitter. Yeah.
Okay.
And
yeah.
And I'll put it somewhere in a minute. But it's on my IG. Okay. Now. And
then I know you passionate about helping young Black people get into the genre, into the industry, about producing their ideas, kind of like Mariah.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, Mariah and I both have been a little bit quiet as of late. There it is right there. I think you see it going up. Michelle, she's got it going up. If I could put my hand on Michelle, if you could do it one more time, put it back in these comments again. A couple of you guys, if you see the petition, if you put it in the comments. Mariah and myself and a few other people that have been dealing with this, we've been trying to be a little quiet because then it is difficult. It's hard to get people to understand. It's hard to get people to support. It's been better for me to just lay low and be quiet and kind of try to work it out silently, behind the scenes. I don't want this to be a bashing thing. I want to say this though. Can I say this to you? Because I don't want people to feel like I'm bashing, and I also don't want people to feel like, oh, just because she's not on this show, she's bashing her. No. That's not the case. This has opened up many doors of opportunity for me. So I want you to know that also. There are things behind the scene that has not been done properly, and they do need to be corrected. And the only way to correct them is for all of us to sit down together and work through the issues. And there's nothing wrong with that. You understand? And so, unfortunately, we had to come here in order to try and get them to hear us so that we can sit down at the table together. So I'm hoping that coming here and with the help of you fans, that we can get them to sit down at the table and work something out. And then we can come back on here again and say, hey, you guys, we all sat together and we worked it out. So let's get these TVs going and let's get these shows, up and get the ratings going and that kind of thing. But I want to ask you something.
If anybody can do it, Nene, it's you and Mariah. I mean, you all have been trailblazers. Yeah. I mean, in the truest sense, I've learned so much about what you all did to make this reality TV become big, and not just Black homes, but in homes all across America. And then secondly, I think it's so appropriate that that you standing up gives others the courage to stand up. There may be other reality personalities who may have suffered some disparate treatment. Reach out and you will tell them how you all can stand in solidarity. And that's what it's really about. And I will say this, Nene.
I got to say something to you too before you go, but go on.
You're not alone. My mentor, Reverend Al Sharpton. I mean, so many people have reached out and said, nah, we all have had similar experiences. So tell Nene she's not by herself and taking on the machine that spit you out. So we're standing with you, Black Queen. We're standing with you.
Thank you. I have to say this to you, and I want to applaud you for all the work that you're doing against all the police brutality. You're doing an amazing job, and I'm proud of you.
We're working together. God bless you. It's all of us, as Dr. King said, have a role to play in the struggle for the equal opportunity for all of our children. And so this is not just about you. This is about the future. That's really what this is about.
Yes,
and
it is.
So Nene will be letting you all know about her fans and their efforts to have Bravo be more sensitive to the plight of Black women, as well as respecting the Black consumers who watch their television programs. And so this is about all of us showing that we won't be victims. We will stand up together and say we want better because we demand better, and we will get better. So thank you, NENE Leakes. Thank you, Mariah. Thank everybody for trying to use their voice.
Thank you, Ben. See you guys. We talk soon. Okay? Take care. Bye. Oh, okay, where's the thing at? Hey. Thank you, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I'm never really lost for words. I think I was lost for words several times. It was a lot, a lot for me. I don't know. I just know it was a lot. I think it's a lot for me because I don't think I never thought I'd be in situation like that. So I was not. I didn't know what questions to answer, and so I got confused. So I just I don't know. And I don't do Instagram Live. I haven't done an Instagram Live in so long. I don't know. I did my own hair and makeup. I was confused. I was so confused today. I don't know. It's a lot. I think people never know what you go through, huh? I don't think people know. They don't know. They don't know. I have not been drinking. And hey, what's that? What's the hey? What's the noise? Hey! The noise. The noise.
All right. Well, there she was when she was telling y'all what was going on then. She was telling y'all what was going on then, a little bit of what was going on. I've been on here for like an hour and 36 minutes. I am gonna go ahead and play this next one too, so y'all can fully kind of get more of an understanding in case y'all don't, because Kandi, what she was saying, like nothing was going on, like NENE just blowing shit out the water. Nobody does that unless they have something real that they want. Live streaming can be tricky, and sometimes trying to find the right. Nobody will go against a big company like that unless they really have some receipts. Here's the next video, another video she made about the reunion of season 12, I think. Yeah.
Hi, you guys. It's your girl, NENE Leakes. Welcome to Casa Leaks. I'm right here inside of my master bedroom. Yes. And thank you for subscribing to my channel. Please subscribe if you haven't already. We'd love to have you here. And if you ain't been here, this is the time that you need to be here, because I have a lot to say every other day. And every night after the reunion, we're going to be dropping information right here on my channel. So let's get right into it. So the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion happened yesterday. And it was quite interesting to me, which is why I want to hop on here and get your opinion about a couple of things. I don't want to say too much right now. I just want to say a little bit. And then from there, I'll have several other videos here for you to watch. I always feel like people have short attention spans and people don't like long videos. Mm-hmm. I don't like to really look at long stuff unless it's very interesting. So I try to make my videos short. I am long-winded sometimes though, so just bear with me, okay? Because it is a lot to cover. So I'm just going to cover a little bit and then go from there and there and there and there and there and there. And then my son will cover some so that he can have some there. And I just won't have to have so much of that stuff on my channel. My son's channel is King, K-I-N-G, Brent, B-R-E-N-T-T. Go and subscribe to his channel. And he's going to help me cover some of this reunion, Real Housewives stuff and questions and all of that kind of stuff. So, right before we started the reunion, I want to just touch on a few things that happened. So right before we started the reunion, not right before, I'm sorry, days before we started the reunion, we sort of rehearsed it as best we could. As far as we picked, they helped us pick our background. Mine was done right here. We had some other things in this area. You couldn't see my TV back there on the wall. So, you know, they knew what our backgrounds would look like prior to going into this situation. And we did this one-on-one, and we also had group Zoom meetings where we could see each other and discuss certain things. Okay. So in one of my meetings, I was asked, what color are you going to wear? And I said that I was going to wear possibly white. So I was told that 2 other people are possibly going to wear white. So you might want to reconsider. And I said, say no more. Absolutely. If 2 other people have already considering wearing white, I will wear something different. They said, so what colors are you thinking? I said, I'm thinking maybe a royal blue or a pink. And they said, okay, well, those are good colors. And I said, okay. So the night before the reunion, I started to pick things out and lay things around and decide what I was going to wear. I settled on black sequins. And I said, well, I'll just wear black sequins. I felt like it was comfortable. I liked it. The morning of the reunion. Once I arrived at the viral reunion, I noticed that all the girls are wearing white. When I say all the girls, that will mean everyone except for Marlo and Tanya, because they were not on at the time yet. Mm-hmm. I thought, dang, everybody has on white. That's weird. And then I thought, let me just text Marlo. So I text Marlo. I said, what color are you going to wear? She said, I'm wearing white. And I said, you are? She said, yeah, I'm going to wear cream and white mix. And I said, okay. Well, maybe I should text Tanya. So I text Tanya. I said, Tanya, what color are you wearing? And she said, white. So I thought, okay. So she wearing white. Well, here I am sitting in black sequins. I was told that 2 people were thinking about wearing white, and I probably should reconsider. Mm-hmm. So I started toying with myself in my brain, like, should I stay here in this? I really like what.
Now, if everybody was wearing white when she would get to the reunion, you would have to ask yourself, the question is, why would they tell her to wear something other than white? If the whole group is wearing white and she's wearing a whole different color other than white, wouldn't that kind of give you a feeling like you would be outcasted, or it would be as if you're not a part of the group or you're neglected? Wouldn't it kind of give you a feeling like belittling or bullying? Does it kind of seem like to you in a way that they had this all planned and maybe they wouldn't let her come on next season? It wasn't going to be for her, that was going to be her last season? What do y'all think? I'll play this again. I'm going to finish playing this for y'all.
What I have on, should I change? Should I not change? Da-da-da. So I text Greg. And Greg said, if I were you, I would change. You look like a target. You look like a villain. You look like, a black sheep. And I said, oh, okay. Well, anyway, he don't know. Let me text Alvin. So I text Alvin. And Alvin said, get up and change. You should change. And Alvin is a friend of mine. And I thought, oh, they're starting, though. They're already starting. And Greg texted me again. He said, did you get up and change? And I said, but they're starting. Like, dang, they're starting. I'm going to look like, jacked up. And he was like, I don't care. You should change. And I said, oh my God. Just as he started to talk about welcome to our first, viral reunion, I just said, oh, forget it. I'm getting up. Before we even get this started, I got up, ran in my closet, and was just in a frenzy, just looking for something white really fast that I think I'm gonna look nice in, like anybody else, or whatever. So from the gate, I hadn't laid out anything
because they were all in an alliance. See what I'm saying? They were all in alliance against her, except for Portia and Marlo and Tanya. So yeah. So now Kandi act like she knows nothing, or like she's just, I don't know what she's talking about all of a sudden. Girl, cut the bull crap. I almost said another word on here, but I want to get flagged. You know what you was doing.
So
I hit something. What did I do? Oh, I hit let me undo that. Okay.
I'm just gonna jump in something. So I just jumped into something. I had some earrings that were laying there. I was like, these will be great. Let me grab this. Like, I have a lot of clothes, I have a lot of jewelry. But, like anybody else, I would have wanted to be able to really lay out what I was going to wear. So I jumped in that and jumped back on camera. And as I was getting dressed in my closet, I said to myself, NENE, listen, this was probably something that was supposed to throw you off. Don't let it throw you off. Go back in there. You're going to be fine. Just go on. Just talk to myself, because we haven't even started yet. And obviously, I'm human like anybody else. So I'm thinking to myself, this is messed up. This is really messed up. Like, why would, is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence? I ask you, is it a coincidence that 6 people got on white? Is that a coincidence? And I was told to not wear white?
Hi, my name is Carolani Cross, and I'm the founder of Mist and Seed. I hand make airplane and
So after changing, I came and I sat. The first 2, I'm just going to say maybe 2.5 hours. The first 2.5 hours, it was all questioning me. NENE. I thought, okay, so it's all me. Okay, so according to everything I saw this season, they said they carried the show. I'm not in that many episodes. They in majority of the episodes. So why should I have that many questions? So when the reunion starts, again, Marlo and Tanya are not out there. Portia is there, I'm there. And you have to understand that the rest of them are with Kenya on her side. Okay, so they be Cynthia and Kandi, Eva and her, all over there. So when I'm asked a question, I got all these people jumping in. Majority of the time, it was Kenya and Eva jumping in. Eva's got to save her plum and make it into a piece, so she's got to push it out of, just do whatever she got to do. Okay, at this point, she's so interesting, as she likes to say. But she wasn't interesting at all. I don't care what anybody says. She wasn't interesting. Okay, girl, you might have been a pretty face, but you had no personality. You weren't fun. It was nothing. Okay, it just is what it is. Okay, nobody is bashing you. You just were boring. That's all. You were just boring. So after that, whenever Portia would speak, obviously she had a couple of people jumping in, but not in the way that they would jump in when I'm speaking. I ain't never scared. I'm good. I'm a big girl. I don't need no sympathy. I don't need nothing. I'm good. Okay, I got it. So I'm doing my thing. I answer the question. I argue with whoever I got to argue with. Do I feel like it's fair? No. So after 2.5 hours, I closed my computer. They have not said on here once we're finna have a pee break. You can go pee now. Anybody want some water? We have our drinks. We can just drink whatever we want to drink. I closed my computer. I went to go use the bathroom, and I thought, I need a break. So I'm just going to take a break. Whenever I felt like I wanted to take a break, I was going to take a break. Because if I'm just the person that you guys are asking questions to, I'm going to need a break a little bit more than everybody else, I guess. So after that, I said, you know what? It's not fair. You guys, they need to bring out Marlo and Tanya. At least bring them out because it's not fair. So they bring out Marlo and Tanya, and basically, they don't let them speak. They ain't asking them no questions. They still asking me questions. Some of the questioning I thought was out of line. You tell me what you think, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit later because I don't want to make this a really, really long video. Some of the question I felt was out of line, but you tell me what you think because I don't want to make this a really, really long video, so I want to try to go as fast as I can. I was asked questions about me and Wendy Williams' relationship. I really felt like they had nothing to do with the show at all. Wendy and I had a bit of a disagreement recently. She spoke out on her show. She called me that girl over there. And so they asked me about the situation. I was asked a question about it. And one of the questions came from one of the girls was that, why didn't you speak out publicly about that? I feel like your relationship with her is very strategic. You didn't speak out publicly about that because you like having a relationship with her. She has that platform. You'll be able to go over there and talk on that platform. You'll be able to do this, this, and this. I explained as best I could that I don't have a strategic relationship with her. She reached out to me when we weren't talking. So the relationship isn't strategic. She wanted us to get into a better place. And when she reached out to me, and we talked about it on her show, we met up, we talked. I told her if we ever had any other issue, that I would not go on a public platform and speak about it. She told me if we ever had any other issue, that she would personally call me and text me herself. She would not go publicly talking about anything. Now, why she didn't hold her end of the bargain up, I do not know. But I made my promise to her to do that, and that's what I'm going to do. I called and texted her up personally. So I don't feel like I need to talk about our relationship on a public platform because I talked to her personally. Okay? So I don't even know why I need to sit here on that show, Real Housewives, and talk about why I did not go public with me and Wendy's relationship. That has nothing to do with the show. Why didn't they ask me about some stuff that me and Wendy did on the show, opposed to our relationship when we were quarantined? That's nothing to do with them. I just, I was again asked question after question, and I just thought some of the stuff just wasn't necessary. I was asked about my YouTube channel. Why did I go on my YouTube channel and make a video saying that someone gets a spinoff over and over again? And
Kandi, when she tried to make it seem like it was all about her, and it was not about you, girl. You just wanted all this smoke, and it was pathetic.
And I don't. Like, why are we talking about that? That has nothing to do with Real Housewives. That is something that happened after the show had wrapped and everything. Now, I get if they were going to touch on it or just say, what's going on with you and her now? Because it seemed like y'all had a little problem on social media. I get that. But what I don't get is, why isn't the other girls being asked stuff that happened off camera?
I'm Nick Nimmin, and I'm a StreamYard user. For the last 6 years, I've been live streaming consistently to YouTube.
As the time goes on, I said to them, they were asking me so many questions. I said, is there anybody else here? Can you ask anybody else a question? Okay. So for about an hour and a half, they did not ask me a question, which I really appreciated and enjoyed, to not be asked a question when you have all these other girls on this platform and it's supposed to be an ensemble that's making this show or making this reunion, outside of trying to put pressure on one person to be the reunion. So I wasn't asked a question for about an hour and a half. Then the question, then what was said was, we're about to run a package on Cynthia and Kenya's relationship. So when they ran that package, I got up to go and pee. So when I got up, I took my cell phone and I looked at it. And on my cell phone, it said that I think that Yvonne is going to be coming to the reunion. And I said, this is stupid. I'm not going back out there dealing with any of this stuff. Okay? And I have all my receipts that I need to have in place. Okay? So just know that. As I said, we would drop information every week. And you can ask Cynthia, because I gave her some information yesterday. I thought to myself, why am I going back out there again to just deal with this? Why is Yvonne here? All the years that I've done this show, they've never brought anybody that wasn't contracted on this show outside of Dr. Jeff. Yeah, the husbands aren't contracted, the boyfriends aren't contracted, but their girl is there. So we kind of feel like the guys are contracted. They're on the show with us. They travel. They do scenes with us, all that kind of stuff. The only person that I can remember that wasn't contracted that was on this show, which was that was on our reunion, that sat at our reunion, was Dr. Jeff. And that was season, I think, 7 or something like that. So I thought, it's okay. I'm okay. If you want to have her on the reunion, have her on the reunion. It's okay. I can handle everything. Bring her. But let's be fair. Why isn't the cookie lady here? Why can't these girls discuss the cookie lady? That was a big thing. Why didn't you bring Paul and Tanya to sit with Kenya and the cookie lady and confront that situation? Am I wrong for feeling like that? Okay. Why isn't Mark here to address some of the questions dealing with their marriage and their relationship and their marriage license and their daughter? Why isn't he here to answer some of those questions? Why isn't Todd here to talk about the relationship or the issues that he was having with Kandi? Why isn't he here to discuss that kind of stuff? Why isn't Shamia here? Why isn't Shamia here to answer or talk about when your water broke and you and Portia and Kenya felt some kind of way? So why is it just let's see what we can do to tear NENE down? Why isn't it everybody else has something to answer? Why is it just me? That's my problem. That's my problem. Okay? That is my only problem. Because where Yo-Yo is concerned, there ain't no problem. Her thirst level was at an all-time high. I did nothing to her. If I did something to her, please tell me what it was. Please tell me, what did I do to her? I did nothing to her. The executives said she could not shoot on this show. I have the text message. I have the emails stating from them that they did not want her on this show. And I told her, my leopard event that aired on this show, she was there. She was downstairs. They wouldn't allow her to come upstairs. She knows that. What did I do to her? What did I do to her? I want to know what I did to her. I said to her, I will never F you. Never. You will have to F me first. And then I'm going to F you back. And that's what I'm going to do. Okay? It is not in me to be doing that crap, okay? You thirsty people come around this show, smiling in people's face, and then pretending you some friend, and then you're not. That's all it is to it. I did nothing to her. Nothing. Her thirst level was so high. I guess she felt it was better to be friends with 3 people than to be friends with 1, and maybe it would help her get on the show. But she's the dumbest there is. You ain't gonna be on the show. Period. You're not gonna be here. They used you for what they needed to use you for. You're not going to be here. And what other show would have you around? You recorded, Cynthia, and you did. I have the transcript. I have all of the text messages. You did record her, period. And I sent them all to Cynthia yesterday, and I have more to send to her. You recorded her. I didn't know. It didn't make sense for me to sit and talk to her about nothing when I did nothing to her. I did nothing to her. When, I'm going to tell you something. She went on the show called The Sister Circle. Everybody started hitting me up and saying, Yo-Yo is on there and said you made up the recording. Now, you know I didn't make up the recording. Just like Wendy, instead of me going to social media, everybody was like, you better reply. You need to say something. She said, you made up the recording. I said, I ain't going to do it. I ain't going to do it. I'm going to call her up personally. I called Yo-Yo up personally. I said, what are you doing? Why are you out here saying I made up a recording? I said, now you know that me and the executives, one of the executives and a producer, myself, Greg, her husband, Rick, and her, we all sat in a meeting at the Intercontinental Hotel, okay, where they wanted her to let them hear a little bit of the voice recording because they wanted to know that she had it for real and she wasn't lying just to be on the show and around the show. Her husband said he heard it, and when he heard it, he told her she could not play it because it would ruin their reputation and everything. But prior to that, she had already sent me the transcript, and she had already sent me what her husband had said. Listen, that's as far as I'm going to go.
Y'all heard it. She telling you.
There's a lot. Okay. I don't want to make the video super long. I don't want people to get bored. I don't want people to just whatever. I'll just make another video. Just know she's telling another lie. And all these girls care about is what they can try to do to figure out a way to bring me down. I don't know why. I don't know why they choose to do that all the time. Why they choose to just act like she's a bad friend. She's this, she's that. And it's really disappointing to have a friend that you've been with for 10 years and they just sit there and just be okay with people saying all this stuff that you know yourself is not true. But you won't speak up and say, you know what? I know that ain't true. We were not like that. She was not that kind of friend to me. She is not that person. She is a loyal friend. It's really disappointing to spend 9, 8, 9, 10 years with somebody. And no matter what the problem is, that you wouldn't be able to stand up and say, look, I'm going to say this. That girl is not like that as a friend. It's disappointing. It's disappointing. All I want to ask you is this. Do you think it's fair? Do you think it's fair to bring Yo-Yo just in to look at me and tell a whole bunch of lies on national television? Why didn't they bring the cookie lady with Sam? I mean, why didn't they bring the cookie lady and Paul with Tanya and Kenya? Why did they do that? Do you think it's fair? Why didn't they bring Mark? Do you think it's fair? Why didn't they ask Todd about the problems that he and his wife is having? You think it's fair? Why didn't they bring some of Eva's bridesmaids to talk about why she's broke and why she's wearing other people's shoes? Why didn't they talk about that? What's wrong with that? Why is it just got to be, let's jump on NENE? I didn't know that my YouTube channel had comments down at the bottom. Please comment. You can also send me an email to book, B-O-O-K, NENE, N-E-N-E, @gmail.com. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my son's channel, King Brent. And we are going to do more stuff for you guys to see and hear. Thank you so much. I don't want to use all of my energy today. I am not sad about anything. Yes, I walked off. Yes, I walked off. And I don't regret a thing. I would do it again and again and again. A lot of things I do, I don't always regret them because everything is a lesson to me. And I'm also the kind of person I act on how I feel. And I'm true to who I am. And I'm always going to be very true to who I am. I've never been thirsty, although I'm kind of thirsty right now because my throat is hurting, child. I got a little sore throat over here. But I've never been thirsty. I really feel sorry for Yo-Yo. Anybody out there that's interested in doing any type of business with Yo-Yo, I would truly reconsider. I think it is the worst decision you could ever make. The worst decision you could ever make is to do business with a person that is so thirsty and so deceiving. And anytime you want to send me a cease and desist, I'll be happy to receive it. But I'm going to continue to say what I have to say. And I'm going to say it over and over and over again. And if you want to go to court, we can go there too. Thank you. And thank you for subscribing to my channel. I love you guys. Check out my son, and that's where I'll be. Thank you.
Okay. She told you. She said if you want to go to court, we can go there too. So yeah, this was a lot of things going on. It was in April 2020. That's when she was telling everybody that that it was something going on. So now I'm gonna go and talk about Kandi and what else she had to say real quick, and then we're gonna talk about Sherri Shepherd, and I'm gonna close it out for tonight. And that'll be that until I come back. Oh, excuse me, I'm burping. So Kandi also went on an interview and said that NENE spoke of her and called her a racial slur, which please let me know if she did that because I haven't seen anything. And to my knowledge, I haven't seen anybody who said that she has said that Kandi was a racial slur or anything. So please let me know. I'm trying to find it. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to find it. Let me see. Oh, that video. Let me see. And this is a particular video I was trying to find what she said. Okay, hopefully this is it. Let's see. Y'all get anything to drink tonight? You know, it's a weekend. It's gonna be the weekend, y'all. It's a weekend before spring break. Y'all go take a trip, or what y'all go do? Is this another commercial? Come on now. Okay, let me find. Okay, I found it. Here it is. Let me go back and share it. Okay. Oh, this ain't it. Hold on. I clicked off of it by accident. Here it goes. Kandi allegedly says that NENE called the racial slur. You know, the word that rhymes with raccoon, the word that is equated to a simpler version to the animal that has, you know, the little small beady eyes, and they have a long tail and the little small perky face that sneaks around and tiptoes around most of the time. Yeah, that's what she said that she called her, but no one has any receipt of that. So,
have you talked to NENE at all?
No.
No, because I see.
No. Why?
No, I didn't know if she tried to congratulate you on the show.
Girl, you know she didn't do that. You know she didn't do that. If anything, it's the exact opposite. I don't even understand what be going on with NENE for real. Like, but I mean,
but why don't you like? What we're really like?
I don't know what her problem is with me. You know, like seriously, I've seen her say all
Really, girl?
kind of stuff. Like she was
shady as you was, girl. Really, you don't know what the issue was. Okay, come on, let me just play this.
When she called me this right here pissed me the off. Oh wait, can you say?
Yeah, go do you?
Yeah, that shit pissed me the off when she was she said somewhere, call me a coon or something. Like what? Like that right there. That's when I was like, okay.
But how can you even what?
How?
A black woman called another black woman that?
How? I don't know whatever is going on with her situation with the network. I you know, that's to me.
Did you ask her? Did you ask her?
What?
Because that's so far crazy.
What? Like,
why would you say that type of thing?
If we don't communicate, and those are the type of things that you put out in the atmosphere, well, I don't need to waste my time talking to you anymore. That's just how I feel about it. But at the end of the day,
But what would you in your right mind though? Like, why would you even go there? I don't even understand. What did you make her? What did you do?
I didn't do nothing to her, and that's the crazy thing. Like, I think she was having her own issues with the network, right? And that was very public or whatever. But I don't know if because I have a better relationship with them, she had negative things to say about me, like took that negative energy towards me, and I'm like. You know, I see things that her fans say, like they act as if I stopped her opportunity or something, like, or like, you know, like I see them say stuff like, oh, you know, like me having a show like that should have been her show. Why does me having a show mean anything against her? Like she could still have her own thing and I can have my own thing. Like me doing what I do is not blocking any of your blessings. Like whatever you got going on, that's what you got going on. I ain't told nobody to stop nothing for her. So I don't know why she gives me the energy as if I done tried to stop something that she got going on. And I'm like, I am not that powerful. Even though I know some people try to put it out there like I maybe possibly have that type of power. I've never stopped nothing, tried to stop nothing that she got going on. So I don't know why her and her peoples be coming at me with all that mess. I normally don't even address it. Like realistically, I think that's the only time publicly I've even talked about that. But it's annoying. It's annoying, especially when you say things like using the term towards me, because if nothing else, I was like, realistically, I'm the only one out of them that even still lives in a majority Black community.
You know, I want to talk about
what the world happened. I guess it was through with that part. It didn't. Oh. Ew. Okay, hold on. Well, here's the audio version. Let's just hold on.
This episode is brought to you by Simple Mobile. Tired of being tied down with a wireless contract? Switch.
Around the people that work in there is lit.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, ratings cracking.
The ratings didn't do as great as I would have liked for them to do. You know, to not like to ask for them to cut anything out, because I wasn't really agreeing with that, because I still didn't feel like we was all on the same page at the time. And then that was when I went to do Broadway. I went to do
Kandi, you know, Beyonce has
and we honestly, we don't always see eye to eye on certain things.
Of course you don't. It's four different, you know what I'm saying, opinions, and it goes up.
We're going to put ourselves through all of that when really what the people want to see, they want to see us on stage together. They want to, you know, they love our old songs or whatever. They want to came up with the show. So, I mean, yeah.
What?
She didn't speak. I'll give it a benefit of the doubt. Maybe she didn't know it was me. They could do it wirelessly from where they're at now.
You know, when you're on the thing.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, they play video games together every night.
Dang.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good though. That's good. Have you talked to NENE at all?
No.
Oh, because I see.
No. Why?
No, I didn't know if she tried to congratulate you on the show.
Girl, you know she didn't do that. You know she didn't do that. If anything, is the exact walking on the way. We was like a distance away, and I saw her and her boo. They was walking. And I said, "Hey, NENE," and I said her name again. She stopped. She looked, and then she turned around and kept walking. I said,
"Ooh,
to my in Jamaica."
And then the other day, you know, everybody on the internet posted, I guess, like her fans said something about, you know, our show, whatever, and she kind of responded, and it came off as very shady, which I always think is so stupid. It's like, even if we don't get along the best, I'm never gonna like hate on nothing she got going on. Like in the past, when we wasn't on the same terms, when she had her show, I posted and told people to watch it. But I don't get that same energy, and I'm good on that.
Okay, so if NENE come back, then the Housewives, then
I don't care.
But you'll stay if NENE come back.
She's never done anything to me that ruined my life. Like, to me, it's a difference of if me and you don't really care for each other, we disagree. Like, to me, yeah, that happens all the time on the show. Like, me and her can disagree all day long. And, you know, I don't care, because I know that's a part of what happens on Real Housewives. But to me, when you actually try to do something that defames me and tear down everything that I work for in secret, and you doing it behind the scenes trying to get people to do that was a whole different. I can't even deal with that. That's why I was like, yeah, I'm good on that. The other situation you talked about.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, but with NENE, it's like we don't necessarily care for each other. But I mean,
but why don't you like? What we're really like?
I don't know what her problem is with me. You know, like seriously, I've seen her say all kind of stuff. Like she was she called me this right. He had negative things to say about me, like took that negative energy towards me. And I'm like, you know, I see things that her fans say, like they act as if I stopped her opportunity or something, like, or like buy jobs from people out of prison, you know what I mean? Or whether it be, you know, putting on Broadway when I was one of the producers of Thoughts of a Color Man. First time ever to get a Black production with a Black director, Black all producing team, Black writer, and starring all Black men on Broadway. Like, stuff like that is important to me. So when she used that term towards me,
who told you that though?
It was on the ground.
Oh,
it was on the ground.
Oh,
on the ground. So I was just like, oh my Lord, I cannot. You know what I mean? And that's why I, at the same time, like I said, we don't care for each other. But when you ask me, would I have a problem if she came back? I don't have a problem. I mean, I'm sure we probably would have to address it if she did, but it would be what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy because I never even knew it was that bad. Like, I didn't even know the name calling.
Stupid.
Yeah.
I don't even be online calling her out her name. I don't even, it's just like stupid.
But you still showed her love though with, the passing.
Well, obviously, because at the end of the day, regardless of whatever me and her dramas are, Greg always was like the mediator. He was always the person that would get everybody on the same page, even because, she and I have had arguments on and off since we first met. But Greg was just a really, really stand-up guy. Great man. And I know how long they had been together, and anybody is going to have compassion for her losing him. You know what I mean? So yes, I felt, I reached out because I have lots of love for Greg, and regardless of whatever she and I go through, I do not want to see her in that type of pain.
Mm-hmm.
That's simple as that.
Well, what do you feel about her just jumping and getting a new honey, like, not too long after the situation?
I don't think people should tell people how to grieve.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So my thing is,
it's about NENE, like really,
she's been going through the process.
The woman ain't even on the show no more.
Of Greg being sick for a very long time. We don't know what her and Greg talked about.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. Like, he could have gave her his blessing. We don't know.
Well,
you know what I mean?
When I actually interviewed her, I know they were sleeping in two different places back. This was a couple of years ago.
They deal with whatever they dealt with, whatever they dealt with personally, and that's my point. Like, we don't know where she was in her relationship. We don't know any of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it's fair for anybody to say, "Oh, she moving on too quick," and you know what I'm saying.
You ever get tired of being married and stuff at Todd? Like, you ever get tired of looking at Todd and be like, you know what, Todd, I want to have a little side.
Child, all that about NENE, and the woman not even on the show no more. I mean, come on, y'all. Come on. Whew. Let me go ahead and move on to Sherri Shepherd. Now, as y'all know, Sherri Shepherd was hosting the Wendy Williams Show. And she got offered her new talk show from that. But that came with a cancellation of Wendy Williams Show. Because it's been like some things going on that hasn't been really, I guess, fair to Wendy. We haven't really heard what really exactly is going on yet with her either. So, she was out sick for a long time, and then people had to do co-hosts. And so Sherri Shepherd happened to be one of those reoccurring co-hosts. So Sherri ended up getting her new show, her own show from that. She said, well, she just now back with the Wendy show this week, apparently. Let me go ahead and share this. Apparently, she's back at the show this week. She said, excited to be back on the Wendy show this week, who's tuning in for some joy, some laughter, and a whole lot of fun. Go to wendyshow.com to be part of the live studio audience. So she's been hosting the show for some months, but it ended up having her to get her own talk show spun off. So when she did this, I think she thanked Wendy, but Wendy said that she never even gave her blessing to come on her show or anything. So hold on. Let me see if this is it. Okay, hold on. She got her own talk show. I'm trying to see. Okay, I think this is it. She said on this post, when you think it's a no, sometimes God is saying not yet. I wanted to do my own talk show since I left The View in 2014. Today, God showed the world my yes. Thank you, everyone, for making this dream of hosting my own talk show come true. Thanks to DeMar Mercury, Ira Bernstein, Picture Slide 5, my new executive producer, John Murray, Slide 3, and to my EP and showrunner, David Perler, Slide 7. The Sherri Show will premiere this September. More details coming. Okay. Okay, well, she thanked Wendy in one of her posts. Okay. I guess. Okay. Anyway, she ended up thanking Wendy in one of her posts. I don't know which one it is because it's been so many by now. So she thanked Wendy, and Wendy was like, she said thank her for the opportunity and for getting her to spun off to her own show. And so Wendy, anyway, long story short, was like, I never even talked to her. We have phone number, each other's phone number. We talked a few times in the past, but we haven't talked recently for her to be on my show, guest hosting or anything like that for me to have given her a blessing. So I don't know what she's talking about. So everybody's been kind of going back with Sherri and kind of looking at Sherri like, what are you doing? So I don't know. Do y'all think that Sherri shouldn't have like shouted out Wendy like that? Like, you got your own show. That's good because you guest co-hosted the Wendy Williams Show. But she making it seem like her and Wendy are friends, and Wendy like gave her this, talked up for her for all of this to come true. So I don't know. I just feel like Sherri did do a good job doing the hosting Wendy Williams Show. I feel like Sherri is going to be an interesting show to watch, but I think Sherri should be quiet about when it comes to Wendy and tagging Wendy onto this stuff, because she has no idea what's going on behind the scenes. So yeah, I just think that Sherri is very not knowing of what's really going on, especially with her not having talked to Wendy. And so, yeah, congratulations to Sherri Shepherd on her new show. It'll be coming out September, she said, or October, I think. So I guess we'll tune in to be watching that. Thank you guys for watching my video. The guys that watched the video and that supported the video. I will be back very soon. I'm back doing more now. So I will be back more often now as I've gotten things more set up and more things ready to go. So you will get to see more of me. And I will give you guys more of what's going on with me soon. At the beginning, I gave you guys pretty much what's been going on. So just stay tuned. Everything is at the bottom of the description. You can go to my website. My link tree is all that's hooked up to my link tree. The only thing on that isn't on there is my Patreon. I'm probably gonna put that on there soon in my email. Like I said, also, if you have some topics for me to discuss or things you want me to bring up that you are interested in me discussing feel free to let me know in the comment section below. Or you can shoot me a DM in my Instagram if you want to. That's hooked up to my link tree. You can go in there and get my Instagram. Or also watch my TikToks. That's what took me so long to get on as well. I was doing TikToks and I had to do my face and all that, and I ate and all that. So I spent a lot of time uploading the videos. I wanted to make sure that the internet was smooth when I got on here. So my TikTok is also hooked up to my Linktree profile. So if you go to my Linktree, you'll see TikTok, hit TikTok, and you're there. And so, yeah, I'm doing a lot of good stuff. Thank you guys for the support. And I will be back soon. Until again, you guys have a good night and have a great weekend. I love us for real. Bye-bye.